Alex. We are in beautiful Cambridge on a Sunday afternoon. So I've always been around fitness, to be honest, since I was fairly young. I used to not talk for a bike sound. I used to do a lot of martial arts when I was really young, and that was my first thing. But when I moved to London first time, I stopped for a bit. Obviously, it was a big move. But the thing that I always struggled with is consistency. And I think a lot of people have that problem as well. So I always used to go really hard and start training, get really pumped up about the new thing, and do that for a couple of months and either just stop because other things got in the way, or get injured and have to take a break for a while. And it wasn't until earlier this year when I really decided to make a difference in my life and training. And last year was quite tough for me because of a couple of personal events that happened. I was trying to start a new business which didn't work out, and it really hit me hard. For about a year I almost didn't get out of my house actually. And it was finally around March this year where I looked at myself in the mirror and I just didn't like what I've seen, and I knew I could do better. And I decided to really get back into it and thought, well, what if I really apply myself to this and really give it my best? So around March, early March this year, I started training, and well, everything was going well for the first few weeks. Then the lockdown happened. But I've said at that point that, you know, if I give up now, I'll never get back into it again. So I really tried to find a way to keep pushing. And well, as you can probably see, I don't know if we can send a link to my YouTube. I used to go out every day before work. And you know, the truth is, if you really want to do something, you always find a way. So no excuses there about, oh, I have to work, I don't have time. It really doesn't take that long. You know, 20-30 minutes a day is sometimes enough, a couple of days a week. So I used to go out every single morning before work to the local park, do a walk out there. And over the last few months, I've started making some absolutely fantastic progress, in my opinion. I've also filmed my entire journey, which you'll be able to see, which I think is quite important, which I'm saying which too many times, but that's fine. What I've actually mentioned earlier, you watch a lot of, you know, fitness personalities, which always show you the end result. And all you can see is them after training for 10-15 years and being in shape the entire life. But what you cannot see is the progress from start, from someone like me who, you know, maybe was always a bit into fitness and stopping and starting a few times, but never really stuck into it. And what a lot of people don't show is, like I said, the progress. And it's easy to get discouraged by watching someone who is in a really good shape and saying, I can never do that. Whereas the truth is, it doesn't matter how fast you go as long as you keep moving. So what's really important is sticking to that goal and have something realistic in mind. So over the last 3 months or so, I went from over 25% body fat down to about 14%, without starving myself or depriving myself of fun food. And I think my fitness training progress is quite good as well. But I don't want to stop here, I want to keep moving. So one thing that's really important, and being a career advisor and an employment coach myself, I never really realized how important it is to sometimes have someone to help you push through the difficult times. And luckily my colleagues at work and some of my friends helped me get through it at the start of this year. But having someone help you get through those barriers is really important. And like I say, easy sometimes to forget that everybody had to start from somewhere, and that first step is really important. So as an employment and career coach at work, I work with all kinds of people, and some require obviously only a little bit of a boost, and some start really at the bottom because, you know, life happens, and sometimes it hits you hard, and the truth is it will hit you hard. And when you come across that wall, it's easy to just turn the other way and give up. But what I found, you know, working with hundreds of people, is that no matter how slowly you go, you just have to keep pushing forward, and eventually you will overcome whatever your fear might be. And when you finally reach that destination, the feeling of accomplishment when you get there will be worth all the pain that you felt when you have to go through it. And you know, I've gone through that myself. Like I said, I've been through ups and downs in my life many times, and you just have to keep pushing.
What motivates you to get out there?
Just want to be better than I was yesterday. Really. But I think, I hope that, you know, oh, actually one thing I want to mention is, you know, giving that advice at work to a lot of people is easy, but sometimes, I'll be honest, I wasn't taking that advice myself. And I think that now really pushing myself for those limits, and, you know, taking my own words of advice. Very often at work I just say, you know, just push through it, just do it. No matter how hard it is, how anxious you are, just get through with it and you will feel better.
How hard is it to apply that advice to yourself?
Really hard. Really hard. And I feel like I had to finally take that advice myself, and I believe that me getting through that allows me to help others better, and being able to show them that actually, you know, no matter how hard it is, you can do it, really makes a difference. And being able to show that to others might really help me motivate them. And I think not just for myself, but for others, showing them that journey is really something special. So the first thing about my channel is, what I really wanted to show is something what I've mentioned earlier, which is the journey that shows, you know, sometimes somebody starting from almost scratch and going through the entire journey, showing the full picture, not just a quick edited footage of, well, we've done this for 3 months and now we're here. This is actually me showing you every single workout that I've done every day in full. And yes, it's a bit boring to watch, but at least it's a proof. And it's fun for me to obviously see my progress as well. So that's one thing that I'll be doing on my YouTube, is showing you all of the workouts I've done and full progress and how I've gone through my weight loss and training. But I also want to obviously later add a couple of fitness tips. There's a lot of misinformation online, so I think it's important to show some good stuff there. I'll be going over some nutrition things as well, but also related to my work. I want to talk about some employment and career advice, and just in general motivational stuff to help people push through. Something that I can use for work. The channel name is Untold, and it's actually a little story about the name, and the reason I've chosen that name, which might sound a bit weird, it's all about that story that people don't tell you about. It's about the back scenes, you know, what happens behind the scenes, all the journey. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the, what's it called, the iceberg illusion, right? Whereas when you see successful people and people that really achieved something, you only see the top bit, and it's easy to say, oh, you're really strong, or you're really smart, or you're really good at this or that. But what you don't see is the thousands or hundreds of hours of work and effort that they've put into, you know, into their journey, and this is what got them there. That's what really people don't show us. And it's just easy to, like I said, get discouraged if you just look at them and think, I could never do that. But the truth is, you can. All you have to do is start. Starting is the hardest thing. And keep going, never stop. And eventually, you know, maybe it's not going to be like that commercial when they promise you something and, you know, next week or next month. Maybe it's going to take a year, 2, 3, 5 years. But eventually you will get there, and you're going to love it.